I recently went through a Vcarve tutorial online where I designed a really cool American flag. In today's video I'm going to be carving that flag, so you're going to see some really cool footage of the Onefinity CNC machine in action. There'll be tidbits of information sprinkled throughout the video, and then of course at the end I'm going to talk about what I learned. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, stick around. piece of tape would have been good. Dang, this is really holding on. Ouch. I'll get it off eventually. What did I learn doing this project? One thing I learned is that this tape is really strong. This is called Shur tape. That's S-H-U-R. It's a double-sided tape, and I think it's pretty obvious I can get away with using a lot less of this than I have been using. I'm also going to work on a system where I don't need the tape at all to secure my material, and there's also another method where you use painter's tape and CA glue to attach your material to your wasteboard. I'm going to give that method a shot also. Of course, I want to talk about the flag itself. The carve went great. I couldn't be happier. And here it is, all done and painted up. Take a look at the detail in that eagle. I mean, that's really, really nice looking, I think. The only part that got messed up during the paint was the union. Let me tell you what happened. So how I painted this was I took white paint, I got it down in the stars, just kind of messy, smeared it in there, sanded it off when it was dry, and then started to paint the blue around it. Well, the blue paint started to get down in the stars and it was just making a mess. I wasn't happy with it at all. So the idea I came up with to correct it was to recarve the stars, to clean them out, and then I was just going to leave them the color of the wood, and I thought that would look fine. So I put the flag back on the machine and I ran just the star field portion of the G-code. But before I ran it, I made one small change. Instead of my start depth being 0, which is the surface of the material, I set it to 0.01 inch. So all these stars are carved 0.01 inch deeper than the original. And that small change transformed them from the clean, crisp stars you saw in the original carve to these kind of flower looking things. I didn't think such a small change would make a big difference in the stars, but obviously it did. That's something for all of you to think about, is a small change in your design can make a really big difference on your final product. So if you ever do something like this where you have to make a change like this to fix something, I would carve that change into a scrap piece of wood first, see how it looks before you do it on your final product, because you might not be happy with the result. So I want to try to figure out a better way to carve and paint those stars. So I have a piece of MDF here. I painted a blue union on it, and I'm going to use a couple different methods of masking on this. Carve the stars in, paint them white, and then peel the masking off and see which one of those gives me the best result. And of course I'm going to share that with you. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, I hope you learned something. Please remember to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and leave a comment down below. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you for the next one.